A long time ago, deep in the mountains of a faraway land, there lived a dog who loved the smell of cinnamon. Every morning when the sun peeked over the mountaintops, he would wake up and immediately go to the kitchen window. He would wait impatiently for the family inside to start their day. And as soon as they began making breakfast, his tail would thump against the floor as he waited for them to drop some cinnamon. You see, this dog wasn't just any dog. His name was Cinnamon. And he got his name because he absolutely loved the smell of cinnamon. In fact, he loved it so much that if the family used even the tiniest amount of cinnamon in their breakfast, he would sit patiently by their feet and beg until they gave him a taste. And they always obliged because they couldn't resist those big brown eyes. Now, Cinnamon wasn't a greedy dog. He didn't try to hog all the cinnamon for himself. He just liked the way it made his tongue feel as he lapped it up. The problem was that he really, really wanted to get his paws on some cinnamon. He would see the family take it out of the cupboard and put it on the table to use in the morning, but every time he tried to sneak over and steal, a little bit they would shoo him away. Cinnamon sighed. He had tried everything. He tried acting cute, but they just laughed at him. He tried pretending he was a tough guard dog, but they just kept on sprinkling cinnamon on their toast. And when they were done, they simply took it off the table and put it away. Then one day, Cinnamon had an idea. It was a crazy idea, but what other options did he have? He couldn't keep living like this, always wanting and never getting any cinnamon. So with a determined look in his eye, he went to the cupboard where the cinnamon was kept and started barking. At first, it was a polite bark. Then it became a sharp bark. Then it turned into a ferocious bark. Woof, woof, woof. Stop right there. But the family didn't hear him. They were busy in the garden planting flowers. So Cinnamon barked louder until finally, "What is that horrible noise?" they cried, rushing inside to see what was wrong. "Did you hear that?" asked the father, his eyes wide with worry. "It sounded like someone was trying to break into our house." The mother grabbed a broom just in case, but Cinnamon stopped barking and wagged his tail. "Oh, it's just Cinnamon," said the son, going over to the dog and scratching him behind the ears. "Don't be silly, boy," said the mother with a laugh. "We don't need any more cinnamon. We already have plenty." But Cinnamon wasn't giving up. He looked from the cupboard to the table, then back to the cupboard. Then he barked again. Woof, woof. Maybe if he acted like he was protecting them, they would share their cinnamon with him. But instead, they just shook their heads and went back to their work. Cinnamon slumped down, defeated, and he had another idea. He went over to the chair where the family ate their breakfast and started chewing on it. "Stop that, Cinnamon," said the father. But the dog just kept on chewing and chewing until the chair was completely destroyed. "Good boy," said the mother, giving him a pat on the head. "You've earned a treat today." And sure enough, she went over to the cupboard, took out the box of cinnamon, and sprinkled some on the floor for Cinnamon to eat. And from that day on, whenever the family used cinnamon, they made sure to leave some for Cinnamon too. And you know what? He didn't even have to fake being a ferocious guard dog or destroy their chairs to get it. All he had to do was ask nicely. The end.